What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by Moneyball Metrics. You got your hosts here, Alpha Dog Bets and Line Movers, JD from Line Movers, getting back after a nice weekend. It is a little bit of a slow time of the year, but we're going to still bring you guys content and games to bet on, even in this slower period. JD, how are you today?
Good, man. This is actually a good slate. So, yeah.
One of the last good slates before the little break we have, so we had to come and bring you guys an episode today. Mr. JD, our show last week, we did well. It was on Friday, so the recap's a little far away, but we both did cash on our best bets. We both went positive, so that's always a good thing. Let's not keep the people waiting. You ready to break down today's slate?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. First game we're breaking down is going to be the Dodgers and the Phillies. Quickly on the matchup, Dodgers coming in 55-36 with a 27-17 road record. Phillies coming in 58-32 with a 33-14 home record, best in baseball. Pitching matchup is your guy, Bobby Miller, coming in 1-1 with a 6.12 ERA. On the other end is Zach Wheeler for the Phillies, coming in 9-4 with a 2.7 ERA. JD, I know you got to play on this game. What you got?
Yeah, this should be a really good game. As far as the price on this, I have it priced. I have the Phillies as just a slight favorite here. I have them at minus 105. I have this total at 9.85. As far as the weather tonight, in actually Philly, it looks really good. So this is a game where you wouldn't, or actually, like I wouldn't think runs would actually be that high.
Yep.
But it is showing where we actually might see a lot of runs. Also, the Phillies lineup tonight, they may be getting a few bats back. Looks like Harper and then actually Schwarber may actually both be back. So if you like the Phillies, then I would go ahead and play them now, because actually, like as soon as they are announced in, that a line is going to move.
Absolutely.
Personally, here I'm going to go a little different way. As far as Wheeler goes, we all actually know like he's good. He's like really good. As far as the Dodgers offense, though, they actually profiled really well against him, and you can get their first 5 team total over. You can get it at 1.5. So to ask the Dodgers to actually get us 2 runs through the first 5 innings, I just have to play that.
Absolutely.
Then when you look into the matchups a little more, as far as Freeman, he has faced Wheeler 51 times, and he is batting. His batting average is actually .412.
Wow.
Yeah. So over a large sample size there, he's hitting very well.
Oh yeah.
It looks like his total base prop is 1.5. You can actually get that at plus 102 currently. So I believe I have to play that also.
A lot of plays for you in this game. I love it. I definitely agree with some of the stances you're on, but unfortunately, this show is a show that we have to have some debate, and this is one that I feel slightly different than you. I'm all over the under here. I know JD's model has been red hot. We love following the model. At least I feel a little more comfortable that the model only has it. I believe you said 9.48, somewhere in the mid-9s. That's not a huge variance. If your model had this at, let's say, a 1.5, 2-run variance in the total, I may stay away. But I do think this is definitely underplay here. Under 9, you can get it minus 106. Like we said, Wheeler's been a great pitcher all year. 9-4, 2.7 ERA with a sub-1 whip. He's been elite. On the other end, Bobby Miller has struggled. We all know that. 1-1, 6.12 ERA. I do feel that Miller may get it back in line tonight. He can have big performances. He has that in him. And against a team where I'm actually hoping that Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber both come back tonight. I know you would probably be like, why do you want them coming back if you have the under? I do believe you need a couple games under your belt after coming off the IL to really perform at your highest level. So for me, I definitely think the under is the strongest play here, and it will be one of my official plays. So that's exactly what we're taking. Under 9 at minus 106. So hopefully we both win this one. There's ways that we can win all of our bets and all cash. So we're hoping we see that. And remember, guys, unless you hear us say it is in our best bets at the end of the show, it's not an official play. So wait to lock in these bets until we get to our best bets segment. Mr. JD, let's keep it rolling right along. We have the Guardians. We have the Tigers. We have Ben Lively on the bump for the Guardians tonight. He's 8-4 with a 3.1 ERA. On the other side, Kenta Maeda is really struggling this year for the Tigers. 2-5 record, 6.75 ERA with a 1.15 whip. That is just not going to do it for him. He's also given up a lot of homers this year. He has given up 13. I'm going to break this one down because this is one of my favorite plays today. Unfortunately, we were on the Guardians last night who decided to not show up. Their pitcher showed up. Their offense did not show up. They lost a 1-0 ball game. Extremely frustrating. They should have gotten it done. That won't happen 2 days in a row, in my opinion. I am all over the Guardians in this spot on the money line, which you can currently get at -145. Lively has gotten the job done. The Guardians have hit for Lively, and Kenta Maeda has gotten shelled all year long. I absolutely love the Guardians. I'm going to let it out a little early. I know I said wait to lock in your bets. 2 best bets. This is one of my best bets. I absolutely love the Guards today. JD, what do you think about the Guardians-Tigers matchup?
I have this price. I have the Guardians priced at -157. So we do have a little bit of value there. I have the total at 9.2. As far as the Tigers go, we have talked about them, I feel like, every show.
Right.
And they're a team that every show we've talked about how we don't like them. They, we can't seem to either just get them right. We also have talked about how they have been losing. And now here we go. They've won, I believe, 4 in a row. Yeah. So, it's just a team that I just don't understand, to be honest. As far as your play, I would have to lean there. I do like that price. I think I would like the over a little bit more, though. It's not something it's not something I'm actually going to play, but that would be my strongest lean then.
I can see why you say that. I mean, Kenta Maeda has gotten absolutely shelled with a 6.75 ERA, and they've actually won some games for him, which means when he's gotten shelled, they've also scored some runs. So I could definitely see why you like that angle. I definitely can see that. All right. Well, remember, if it wasn't in best bets, it's not an official play. It looks like JD will not have an official play on that one. Let's keep it moving right along. I do believe you have an official play for this game, but I don't want to let that out too early. We have everyone's favorite New York Yankees that can't get any wins, cannot string it together. They've been an absolute disaster over the last 2 weeks, but I digress. They are visiting Tampa tonight. Tampa coming in 44-46. They are 23-25. I say this on the show all the time. Tampa used to be the best home team in baseball. It is so weird to see them as a sub-500 team at home. This is a team that thrives on winning games at home. They're a very analytical team. We all know that. They never have a high payroll, but they always seem to find a way to get guys who get on base and score runs, especially at home. A little bit different this year. Rays are also coming in, losing 3 straight, including they lost one 2 days ago to Texas, their most recent game, 13-2. Their offense has not been clicking, but they're going up against a Yankees team that just lost 3-0, couldn't do anything themselves. And the game before, the Yankees scored 14 runs. So I don't know how to read this Yankees team right now. As a fan, it's been an absolute disaster trying to stay with this team right now. JD, what are you thinking about the Yankees and the Rays?
Yeah, first, just as far as price, as far as the market, I actually have it priced actually right on. The Yankees, just like you said, they're actually your team, and I hate to say this, but actually, we've been kind of fading them in actually some way now for actually a while. As far as the pitching goes, that's really where we've been trying to fade them. Just actually going against them in some way. And with we have actually tonight the Rays. I have everything priced on where everything is except the first 5 here. You can get the Rays first 5 team total at 1.5.
Wow, that's low.
Yeah, that's only juiced to minus 135, it looks like. So just with the way that they've been going, and with the model, I have the Rays, their first five total at 2.25. So it's not going to be a big play, but it seems like right now that's just something I have to play though.
I like that. I like that. I'll quickly go over my play on this game. I've only been doing one thing with this Yankees teams as of late. I ain't been betting them. I've been fading them a little bit. But the main thing I have been hitting are the overs in their games. Their offense can connect for 15 runs on any given night. Their pitching staff can also implode for 15 runs on any given night. The total is set at 8 tonight. I think that's a little low. I like when you can get the whole number. I really do. So you have the opportunity to push. I much rather have an 8 than an 8.5. They're giving us the 8, and Carlos Rodon has been an absolute disaster. The guy's got a 4.5 ERA. He's one of the highest paid pitchers in baseball. You'll get one start out of him where he looks like a Cy Young, and then the next week he'll come back looking like he's a minor league baseball player. You just don't know what you're going to get out of him. On the other end is Pepio. Pepio's 4-5 with a 4.4 ERA, and he has gotten hit hard. One thing I do like to look at is how teams have done against each other this year. The Yankees do lead the regular season series 4-2, and in half of the games, they have gone significantly over. This series, all the games look like the Yankees either win or lose 1 or 2-0, or the game turns into a 10-6, 5-4 type of game where we see a lot of runs. So there's been a lot of back and forth in the series. Tonight is one where I do think we see the ball travel, and we see it travel often. Give me the over 8, one of my favorite plays on the slate. All right, Mr. JD, let's keep it rolling right to our fourth breakdown of the game of the day. We have the Royals visiting St. Louis, taking on the Cards. Royals coming in with a surprising 49-43. However, they are 18-25 on the road. This team has not done well on the road. They're a much better home team. They remind me a lot of the previous Tampa Bay Rays, not this year's Rays, but a previous few years' Rays. On the other end, the Cardinals, 48-42, 24-18 at home. They're performing a little bit less than they were projected to. Their guy Mason Wynn, their best prospect, the shortstop, has come up and done a great job. He's batting .290 and has propelled this team to some recent good form. They are coming in winners out of 4 of their last 5. On the other side, the Royals, losers of 3 of their last 5, and they just lost 2 out of 3 to the lowly Colorado Rockies. I'll start this one off because this is one of my favorite plays today. I absolutely love the over in this spot, over 7.5. I just think the total's too low with the pitchers that they have in this game. Michael Wacha for the Royals and Palante for the Cardinals. Neither guy is a shutdown pitcher. Both these offenses are capable of putting up runs. Wacha, like I said, is a 3.75 ERA, nothing special. And he also has a 5-6 record. So he's pitching to a relatively low ERA at a 3.75, but he's lost 6 games he started, which means they're giving up a lot of runs and they're scoring a lot of runs. On the other end, Palante, 4-3 with a 4 ERA. He's given up a lot of runs as well. Palante doesn't give up a lot of home runs, but that's okay because this Royals team can slap a bunch of hits. Like I said, the over is definitely one of my favorite plays today, and you can get that at over 7.5, minus 120. It's a little juicy. JD, do you see anything in this game with any value, or is this going to be a layoff spot for you?
You know, your play definitely makes sense, but I do have to say, for me personally, this is a spot where I want nothing to do with this game whatsoever. The Cardinals are actually just coming home. They are coming home off a road trip. I believe they played 7 straight games, and they didn't have a day off, and now they're home, and now they also don't have a day off. So teams coming back from a road trip and then not having a day off, that spot I just don't like. Then, as you said, the Royals on actually a road they're just not the same team. They're just not playing well. So because of this, I am just completely off.
So we're not going to waste anyone's time. Let's move right on because I know that you have a play in this game. We have the Braves versus the D-backs. What a pitching matchup, JD. Chris Sale, who I did an NRFI earlier, an article earlier for Oddspedia, but I did look into this game in depth. Chris Sale looks like the version of Chris Sale from 5 years ago. He's 11-3 with a 2.7 ERA. Leaving Boston has seemed to give him some life, rejuvenated his career. It's good to see him back coming out and dominating the way he has. He has 127 strikeouts this year to only 19 walks. That's an incredible strikeout to walk ratio. He has great control of his pitches, and he's only pitched 99 innings. So 127 strikeouts in 99 innings. You do the math. That's incredible. On the other side, Zach Gallen, 6-4, 3.06 ERA with a 1.1 WHIP. I'm going to let you break this one down. I know you have a bigger play than I do in this one. What do you got?
Yeah, this for me is actually just a really simple play. I have the Braves priced at minus 155. So I mean, just as far as price goes, I mean, I actually have to play it. Backing Chris Sale, this price, it's one of those things just have to do. This honestly would be like a slam dunk spot for like me. The price itself kind of scares me off because Sale was supposed to pitch last night, and then he got pushed back. And if you look around, you're hearing a bunch of different reasons why. But the thing is, nobody's going to come out and like actually say why. So you just don't know. It's actually as far as the All-Star game actually next week, I've actually heard that they pushed him back a day now, so then he can go and pitch there in the All-Star game and kind of be in his flow. Mm-hmm. But to me, he actually still could have pitched in his actual normal spot last night, and it still basically would have been the same way.
Yeah, so doesn't really make sense.
That's why I'm kind of iffy about it. I'm still part of me wondering why. And that's why I'm not going to go as big on it as I want to. But to me, this is as long as Chris Sale is the same Chris Sale that actually we know that this season, this is a clear actually Braves spot there.
I agree. If I were to pick a side, I definitely think it's the Braves. I have a good example of why this game scares me a little bit. You remember last week when we had the Dallas Keuchel start? I forget who he was pitching about, but it was the Rockies and it was the Brewer and it was in Coors Field. And we thought that game was going to go over by 1 million runs. Each team had 1 million hits, but they couldn't get anyone over the plate. I believe it was 30 men on base and only 6 runs in the game. And we called that out as well. We said this line's a little weird. Why is it how it is? This gives me the same vibes as that game. So I definitely understand why you would say that. I'm going to take the under in this spot. I'm banking on a pitcher's duel. I'm banking on these teams are a little tired from yesterday. They had a late game, a bunch of pre-game swaps. Like you said, Chris Sale did not go. So to me, I think we're going to see a little fatigue, a little tiredness, and give me the under 7.5. I think we're going to see an absolute pitcher's duel here. Mr. JD, you know what time it is.
Yes, sir.
Let's get right into what everybody's waiting for, our official MLB best bets. JD, I will kick us off. I know that people want to wait and get yours at the end because you've been absolutely on fire. My first best bet is going to be the over 8 in that Yankees-Rays game. I think we see a ton of runs. As a Yankee fan, I've seen the regression of Carlos Rodon start after start after start. He's progressively gotten worse. Not going to do any better today against a Rays lineup that has seen him plenty of times. Give me the over 8 there. My second favorite play and my second best bet and final best bet is going to be the game we just talked about, the under 7.5 at minus 120 for the Braves and the D-backs. Mr. JD, what you got for the people?
You know what? I'm trying to choose two plays here, and I don't think I can do it. So I think I'm going to have to give out 3.
Oh,
just going to have to do it. We can go to the game that you had just talked about, the Yankees versus the Rays. The over, you actually like that. I'm going to go with the Rays in the first 5. They're actually team total over 1.5 at minus 135. I just have to play that. Going to go to the same type of play in the actually Dodgers and Phillies game. We're going to go in the Dodgers in the first 5 there at their team total over 1.5. That's just another one. These numbers, I think they should be basically priced at 2.5 at about the plus 115 range. So actually getting them a full run less, we have to play them. And then the last game that we had talked about, as far as the Braves go, money line right now, I'm seeing at minus 114. That's just another one. I just absolutely have to play that.
I love it. So you guys heard all 3 from JD. You know what? If you're going to give out 3 and make me feel bad only giving out 2, I'm going to give them one more, which is the Guardians of the money line at minus 145. I am posting that on Twitter tonight. That's my official free play. I know we lost it yesterday, but we're right back and going to get right back in it today. Guys, JD and I will be back tomorrow with another great episode for you. That's going to wrap it up for Across the Board, sponsored by Moneyball Metrics. Guys, JD and I have a ton of plays that are exclusively in the Moneyball Metrics Discord. It's free to join. Why are you not in it? Tap the link. Come join. It's going to be in the tweet that has the episode. And let's cash. JD, I'll see you tomorrow, my friend.
Yes, sir. See you then.
Let's get out of here.